Mel Gibson, actor, director, producer, movie star.
There is no bomb in that building. I will bet vital parts of my anatomy to the fact. Now, look, just look. Just...
This Australian heartthrob was actually born in the US. At 12 years old, he returned to his homeland with his 11 siblings. He began cultivating his quick wit, mesmerizing gaze, and assuring smile at the prestigious National Institute of Dramatic Arts. It was here he made his cinema debut in Summer City in 1976, and he has not looked back since.
Oops. Somebody asked me to sum it all up in a nutshell, and I said it was like a very absorbing 2 months of insanity, which I loved.
From the beginning, up through his mega-hit Conspiracy Theory, Mel Gibson brings a new approach to every role he tackles.
Gene? Is he dead?
Well, Rob, he's not dead. He's very, very calm.
See the funny side of it. And that makes the awful side of it more poignant sometimes, showing up the funny side.
One of the busiest actors in Hollywood, in front of and behind the camera. From action to comedy to Oscar-winning drama, Mel Gibson never seems to rest. For decades, a worldwide poll has named the unbeatable John Wayne as the biggest star of all time. One name has finally knocked the Duke from his perch in that worldwide poll. Mel Gibson.
Rick, is that you?
Yes, me, Rick, let me in, will you?
How do I know it's you?
It's me, Muffy. Open the damn door. Oh, what the hell are you doing here?
Me? What the hell are you doing here?
Being shot in the butt.
I think it's the best way to tell that story, is to sugarcoat it with humor. Do you like my pig impression?
Many of his most memorable screen characters have an unpredictable goofiness to their nature. This comedic quality sometimes takes the other characters and even the audience by surprise.
Aren't you gonna go out there and help him?
A man could get killed doing that.
Gibson is never above outrageous clowning, whether he's dueling in Hamlet or gunslinging in Maverick.
That's my gun. That's my gun. Oh, isn't he wonderful?
Oh, yeah.
One of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, Gibson recalls his first paid performance.
It was the first performance I did. I was a student at drama school. It was a terribly low budget thing. They shot it in about 4 weeks and I was paid $20. I was promised more, but I never saw it. So it was a pretty shyster outfit.
But things changed with Mad Max.
Scared thief. Do you know why? It's that rat circus out there. I'm beginning to enjoy it.
What is this, funny week?
Look any longer out on that road and I'm one of them, you know? A terminal crazy.
I say I was really at sea there. I didn't know about film, and I didn't know about film acting, and I didn't know about carrying the picture. I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders, but, and it was very intimidating.
Mad Max cost $300,000 to produce. It eventually went on to gross $100 million. While the film was becoming a cult hit in Australia, Gibson was trying to figure out why.
Oh, it was a nightmare. I mean, it was my first real professional job, and I was thrown, baptism of fire, kind of, you know, thrown out in the middle, said, swim! And it was like, film? What's film?
It wasn't until the worldwide success of the sequel to Mad Max, The Road Warrior, that Mel's career took off with a bang.
Look, we had a deal. I show you the gas and you let me go, right?
The arrangement was I wouldn't kill you.
After all I've done for you.
I reckon you got a bargain, didn't you?
The Road Warrior was a blockbuster. It led to a third film in the futuristic series Mad Max 3, Beyond Thunderdome.
And what did you do before all this?
I was a cop, a driver.
but how the world turns. One day cock of the walk, next to feather dust.
Mel was a superstar by then, and with superstardom came expectations.
Often you are inflicted with other people's expectations of what you should be, which you can't ever live up to or fulfill.
Oh, yeah? How about shattering expectations by following up one successful action trilogy with an even more successful action trilogy? In 1987, Mel teamed up with Danny Glover to create a movie that left other action films in the dust. His character, Martin Riggs. The film, Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon spawned 2 sequels. These films weren't just action-packed, they redefined the genre. Audiences couldn't get enough of Murtaugh and Riggs, the mismatched cops who were never far away from a good crash or a giant explosion.
All right? Okay. 1, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3.
What makes Riggs work is the unorthodox nature of the man. And the thing about him that you're never quite sure what he's going to do next. He's a little odd, and he's got some very strange ways of taking care of business.
I hate dogs, Rex. What are you doing?
Well, I can't shoot a dog. People okay, but not dogs. I think I should try and make friends with him.
Friends?
Yeah. Now, don't run, because he'll only chase you down there and kill you.
Good boy. Good boy.
Yes.
Rex. You're crazy.
I'm a hungry boy, huh? Oh, doesn't anybody feed you? Come on. Feed for good fella. Here's leave some for me. Very slowly. As if you're not here, just walk away.
You want me to go?
Yeah, this is a guy sort of thing. Surprised you haven't heard about me. You know, I got a bad reputation. I mean, sometimes I just go nuts, like now. Don't move. I'll make a deal with you, Arjun. Arjun, is that, or Aryan, or whatever your name is? I'll make a little deal with you. You fold up your tents and get out of my country, and I won't do anything to you. I'll leave you alone.
Just get out of here. Kaffir lover.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Hey, sorry, Adolf.
Pick him up with your hands.
Big smile. Big smile. Big smile. You have to go by instinct a lot, particularly with, if you're in an artistic thing, you know, it's not all logic, you know, you have to sometimes just go on guts a lot.
What's the matter now?
Guts is what it took when Mel Gibson decided to try the prince of all acting roles, Hamlet.
Your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then, I'll set those to you that can speak.
It raises questions and addresses problems that exist now, you know, corruption in office and the hugeness of life and death and what about it, you know, the questions that one asks themselves. I mean, every single one of us is sort of, you know, before they nod off to sleep at night, sort of said, you know, to be or not to be. I mean, in one form or another, you know, what comes next? Why am I here?
As I perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on, never to note that you know aught of me. This do swear.
Gibson surprised many by mastering the role of Hamlet. After that, there was only one question left. What can't Mel Gibson accomplish? Being an action hero isn't all smiles and dialogue.
Well, you don't have to be in shape, but you gotta not grumble about the pain.
Mel Gibson knows how to perform action even when he's directing it. He learned a lot about action from his friend and director, Richard Donner, the man who called the shots for Maverick and all 3 Lethal Weapon films. Nothing is left to chance when a studio has a star like Mel Gibson. Every move is choreographed and rehearsed. Still, it's hard to find an action star who throws himself into the role like Mel. Throughout it all, from punch to punch and picture to picture, Mel claims to have a firm rule about safety.
I won't do anything dangerous. It's always been a rule of mine. Yes, I'm not in this to get snuffed. Enjoy that stuff, but that's not dangerous. I mean, there's very little margin for error there. There's a slight chance you could sprain an ankle or something, but geez, if you're gonna let that worry you, you never have any fun.
5, 4.
But even so, it's not all stuntmen and special effects when it comes to a star like Mel Gibson.
Look at this. Yeah, same damn thing. 3rd and Highland.
Drag for about half a block, I'll tell you what.
Feel that texture. Feel it. Cheese grater time. Moving truck.
Moving truck? It's a 38, right?
That's a 38? It's a 38? That's gonna be 30. Now this is a 38.
Yours is bigger than mine?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Maybe. But look, watch. A whole family of 44s on the back. Yeah. But there they are.
That's impressive.
He gets in the trenches. He shoots the shots. He takes the hits. And sometimes he goes for the big fall.
I'll take your word for it.
No, really, you gotta see this.
I'll take your word for it, Rick.
2'9". No, you're gonna love
I'm
this.
sure.
You're gonna love this. He's
Stuck it right in my leg. He ground around about 8 times. Really hurt like a son
I'll
of
take
a
your
bitch.
word for it, Rex.
I like it if they like it. Yeah, put it that way. Because you don't want to do something that nobody likes. I mean, if you're trying to entertain them, you want them to be entertained.
Mel Gibson entered a new phase of his career in 1993 when he directed and starred in The Man with No Face.
In any right-angled triangle, there... Have a good look. Get it over with, and we'll continue. Enough?
Even though he had earned respect in every creative branch of the industry, few would be prepared for his virtuoso work in Braveheart.
And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny.
Why the blue face? Because woad was part of their war thing. It was also part of their religious thing in the pagan times, that they used to paint themselves blue, the Celts. And particularly in war, I mean, you wanted to scare the hell out of people, so it was
You've come to fight as free men.
a good deal.
Braveheart was an epic masterpiece that earned Gibson Oscars for directing and producing the Academy's Best Picture of 1995.
One chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Was he surprised about those Oscars?
Well, you know, there was a 20% chance of it. So it was, You always get a little surprised when you hear your name. It's a little out of body. I felt like I was staring down from the roof at the whole thing.
But not all of Mel's films are Oscar-worthy.
Hey, you win some, you lose some.
While some may have been disappointed with 1990's Air America, it turned out to be a personal triumph for Gibson. Along with his $7 million fee, he learned to fly a chopper.
Wake Billy up! I gotta take him to work!
He also got to clown around with co-star Robert Downey Jr. Air America was a big-budget movie shot over 5 months in Thailand and on sound stages in London.
Okay! The kid likes to fly.
The film tells a tale of an illegal guns for drugs trade that was being carried out in Laos in 1969, with the support of the CIA and the U.S. Army.
You're losing oil pressure in the gearbox. That's nothing. I lost tail rotor in back. Put your belt on. I don't want to crash twice in one day. Don't worry. I crash better than anyone I know. Oh, Gene, you're 40. Yep.
That same year, before he made Air America, Mel found himself in a different aircraft with a different partner.
Ready for this? Tie down you two.
But nothing seems to ground Mel Gibson. He's always right back at it, in love with the work.
No, I enjoy it. I always enjoy working. Even if it's a difficult mob you're with, I mean, the enjoyment is getting around that and finding the fun in the thing. And that can be very difficult at times, but there's an enjoyment in solving the puzzle.
It's hard to work a deck of cards. It's years. Guns are a bit easier.
That's very smooth.
Is this seat taken?
It is now.
Teamed with his Lethal Weapon director, Richard Donner, Mel Gibson held another winning hand, not to mention a couple of casting aces up his sleeve.
Oh, you always been gutless?
Was that fast? I thought that was fast.
How can I possibly go on without my wallet?
Damn.
Oh, don't get mad at me.
Academy Award winner Jodie Foster came along for the riverboat ride, trying her hand at comedy.
My name is Annabelle Bransford. I'll be taking the stage.
And where would Maverick be without the original Maverick himself, the one and only Mr. James Garner?
First runaway stage.
Don't worry. Nothing to worry about. I got it all under control.
Welcome to the first ever All Rivers Raw Poker Championship.
Woman's suffering's not a funny thing.
There are exceptions.
Everybody's got a gun.
Stop playing around and stop those horses.
However did you escape from those hostiles? Oh. My, such splendid similarities.
I've had those dreams, you know, going on stage and not knowing your lines and stuff. And one night it became a reality. The guy who I was understudying in Oedipus Rex, he was like Oedipus had Colonus, you know, King Theseus or something. Rides in on a horse and he's got like big speeches to say. And he got laryngitis. I'm sad to say I was a bit of a slug in those days. I hadn't bothered to bone up on the part, but there I was, Bonaparte. Had my hand inside my shirt looking at the lines. And the harrowing experience, really harrowing experience.
Harrowing experience would be an understatement for the predicament Mel found himself in with Ransom, the 1996 Ron Howard thriller that gave Gibson one more giant hit.
Grab back 7.
What went wrong?
If I were a betting man, I would bet on the people who pay.
Did you bet on the ones where you got back a corpse? Hello? Yeah, he hung up.
You don't know where he is. You don't know who he is. You're the FBI and you don't know. Somebody get him.
Is our son dead?
Don't ever think that.
Turn on your TV, Channel 5. Keep watching.
Tom, you're on.
The whole world now knows that my son was kidnapped. Sean, if you're watching, we love you. This is what waits for the man who took him. This is your ransom. But this is as close as you'll ever get to it. Instead, I'm offering this money as a reward on your head.
Tell him that you were wrong.
You think I don't want him back? You think I wouldn't do absolutely everything to get him back? I don't get my son back. I'm going to dedicate my life to tracking you down.
We have an eye on him.
A white male armed with a handgun.
Who got shot?
Everybody, hold your fire!
You still have a chance to do the right thing. If you don't, let God be with you, because nobody else on this earth will be.
I want to talk.
You kill him! You kill yourself!
Hello!
Give me back my son!
Finally, he teams up with another superstar in a film that had the audience second-guessing itself. His partner, Julia Roberts. The film, Conspiracy Theory.
You did them to Jerry.
He is very dangerous.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna find him because he'd find me.
Pick him up, heading for the bridge.
By nature, I'm not a violent man. If you hurt Alice, I'll kill you.
A good conspiracy is an unprovable one. If you can prove it, I mean, they must have screwed up somewhere along the line, and if that's the case, well...
They.
They? Yeah.
They who?
They? Well, they... I don't know. That's why they call them they, and them, you know.
And where does Jonas fit in?
Oh, he's one of they. He's one of them. He's them. I mean, for sure. I mean, I don't...
They, them.
Them.
Suppose they have a secret handshake.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, no. How would I know?
So, what's next for Mel Gibson?
Nothing. No. My life is a blank page from here on in, yeah. I'll just have to figure it out tomorrow.